Thoughts on Captain Crozier being relieved? What a joke. What a total joke. Captain Crozier was the captain for this, I believe it was an aircraft carrier. Um, uh, Captain Crozier was relieved because he was the one who was asking um, essentially the Navy for assistance related to a COVID-19 outbreak on the vessel. And on top of that, he was, if you read his letter, it was undercutting some of the decisions the Navy had made. So there was a tone of insubordination there. But, dude, so I tried to explain this to somebody. Okay. A captain in the Navy is an O6. It's the equivalent in the Army and the Marines of a colonel. A full bird colonel is what they call them. So it's if the Army ranks, so if I can remember this, second lieutenant, first lieutenant, captain, or maybe first and second. You get the bars. They go from gold to silver. Then you get the two silvers as the captain. The major, which is the gold sort of leaf. Then you get a lieutenant colonel, which is the silver leaf. And then you get full bird colonel. Right? That's one. And then the next one after colonel is brigadier general, which is one-star general, which is to say you had a captain, which is the equivalent of full bird colonel in the Navy. This guy was a Naval Academy grad. He was a naval aviator. He was part of the Joint Task Force in Italy for NATO as a naval liaison. Had commanded a series of ships and prestigious assignments. Had a master's from the War College, and here he was, commanding a massively critical vessel for the United States Navy. This guy was on a track to be an admiral. Okay, that's what he was on track. He was on track to be an admiral. That's what he was going to do with his life. And he threw his career away for the protection of his sailors. They say they're going to reassign him, and they will, technically. He will be reassigned. He was fired, he'll be reassigned. That is the end of his career, folks. Mark my words. He is never going to see, rear admirals, what they call them, I believe? I forgot the ranking structure in the Navy. It'd be a brigadier general, essentially a one-star general in the Marine Corps of the Army. He will never see admiral. He will be investigated. He'll be reprimanded. I don't know if he'll be demoted or not, but he will be given the most bullshit duty station imaginable and the most BS duty imaginable, totally irrelevant to any kind of growth curve. And that will be the Navy's signal to him to either retire or get out. Mark my words. He will not ever see admiral, ever. Ever. And he did it for the protection of his men and his women and his sailors. That is an American hero. That is exactly what you want from your leaders. You saw that video that came out today of the sailors, and there probably might be some Marines on that trip as well, but cheering him on. Captain Crozier, dun, 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 dun. In all of my years in the military, I've never seen anything like that. Most of the time, to be honest, as enlisted men, we look down on the officers. Had a couple of good ones here or there. A lot of them are shitbirds. I have never, ever seen anything like that. Ever. Right? That's a leader. That's a leader of men and women right there. And to just forego his career to do the right thing that he thought was, not merely the right thing for the Navy, but for his vessel and the sailors who were on it. That's a real American hero right there.